Hello beautiful people of the internet, and welcome back to another video. Now in my last video I redesigned the heroes of my comic, Timeless, and I promised I'd do the villains next, so here we are. If you haven't watched the heroes video, I suggest you go watch that and come back to this one in order to understand certain things. So a little bit of background information on the villain group. The villains are part of a small, tight-knit organization called the Syndicate. The Syndicate is dedicated to taking down the alterations of time, which Edwin's amulet is one of. They're dedicated to making sure all forms of the alteration of time are destroyed. A little, just brief thing, if I sound sick, it's because I am, so ignore my nasally voice, so I hope it doesn't distract too much. Alright, now let's get into the designs. Dante Dupont is from a long line of warlocks, but he was unable to harness magic like his ancestors, leaving him outcasted and distraught. For reasons that are spoilers, he ends up finding an enchanted book that allows him to do magic with a little help. Wink, wink. I'm winking at you. Dante is more of the face of the Syndicate than the man in charge. He doesn't spend much time with the team. He lets Amina do those things. He spends most of his time in his room reading, learning, and talking to himself. But he doesn't. Some of the members think that Dante is a little bit out of his mind, but he doesn't pay much attention. He says his studies are important to her mission, but he never clarifies who this mysterious her is. Some of the members worry that Dante's loyalty to this unknown character can lead him to destroying everything that the Syndicate stands for and they are working towards. But Amina assures him that Dante knows what he's doing. Dante's style has a little bit of streetwear influence, although the main part of his outfit is his wizard's hat. It's what he's had since he's a child, even though he renounced his family. He still wears it. Other than that, he has a green jacket and black hoodie, brown pants, and lace-up boots. All of my characters have lace-up boots. Oh my gosh. I can't help it. I can't help it. Most of his outfit is simple, except for his hat. I let his kind of the hat be the standout piece. And he's more simple designs compared to some of the others. Amina is Dante's second in command, and basically the brains of the Syndicate, while Dante is the face of it. Amina is very secretive. Being a shapeshifter and a mindbender, no one has any idea if anything she's told them is even the truth. Or even if she has told the truth and they weren't allowed to remember. Amina is instinctive, but a rare type of instinctive that has more than one power. Amina is cold, calculating, and methodical. She makes most of the team's strategies and is best when it comes to plans and traps. Amina's style is a little bit more random, although I think that fits her character. I saw this shirt on Pinterest for some reason I just had to have it in Amina's design. So I layered it with a black turtleneck tank top. You know what it is. Everyone does it in their character designs. She has two rapiers in her hands. The two rapiers in her hands were a recent design choice. I chose weapons for each character, and I thought that Amina would definitely be a swords person. And two swords are better than one, obviously. In a fight, she would use her swords most and choose calculated moves to use her magic. She doesn't lean on her magic when it comes to a fight. She more uses it as a little spice. A little sprinkle, a little spice. Alistair is a halfling dragon. He's the next member of the Syndicate. Alistair is the spy of the group. He has the power to astral project when he is awake. For example, visual for his power is Doctor Strange. One of his signature powers is when he knocks people out of their body, or himself out of his own body, and flies around looking kind of like a ghost. Yes, I looked it up. That is called astral projection, and Alistair can do that to his physical. Yes. And Alistair can do that while his physical form is still awake. so he can quite literally be in two places at once. Alistair plays the drums in his band when he's not working with the Syndicate, and he likes pop culture and movies, especially cheesy 80s and 90s movies. He's good friends with Ash and almost sees her as a little sister. Alistair's outfit is inspired by Dark Academia, mostly because of his ghost-like power. Maybe you want to give him Victorian influences, but with a modern twist. So Dark Academia was the first thing that came to my mind. I also used more cool and dark colors because I just thought that fit him. So, yeah. His color scheme is blue though, so I added some hints. Ash is a 16-year-old Ingus, and is the next member of the Syndicate. Ingus are a species made of pure fire. Ash is a green Ingus. Alistair made sure most things in the penthouse the Syndicate members live in is fireproof, so that Ash can live comfortably without having to worry about lighting the house on fire, quite literally. Alistair cares for her like a little sister, and Ash thinks of him like an older brother. She enjoys baking when she has the chance, and also likes to hang out on the internet. She often uses her own fire to bake. And everyone is surprised how she hasn't ended up burning something down yet. Ash's style is very reminiscent of other members, kind of showing how she is influenced by them as she's still young. I don't have much to say about Ash's design. The clothes were quite simple because her fiery skin was the focal part of her design, as well as, her fiery head. So I kind of kept it close to a brown and green, very neutral color scheme. Stevie is a newer member of the Syndicate, and definitely a wild card, pun intended. Stevie is a self-serving character and mostly just joined the Syndicate for revenge. She has history with one of the heroes, but who specifically is spoilers, and Stevie is instinctive as well. She has the power of enchantment, so making things come to life, and which she mostly uses with her pack of playing cards. Very sharp playing cards, making them intelligent weapons. Stevie in her free time is often found sneaking out to play poker at underground tables, and often returns with large winnings. She also likes to dance. Stevie's style is influenced by classic clown and jester outfits, but with a modern kind of almost pastel goth twist. I kind of kept pretty true to the clown aesthetic. The clown is mostly because I want a clown-themed character, but it also makes sense for her to have this appearance of being pretty silly and ignorant, as she pretends to be what she's not, which is ignorant. Stevie's loyalty can switch around based on what helps her complete her goals, being revenge at the moment, and can easily use the inside information gathered from the Syndicate against them if it benefits her. So she's definitely not one to trust. and some of the members aren't quite sure why Dante even let her in. Well, that's all the villains. I hope you enjoyed this and learning about each member of the Syndicate. Sorry if some things don't make sense. A lot of the villain stories are spoilers for the comic, so if you have any questions, just comment them below. I'll answer them as best as I can without giving anything away. Anyways, thank you for watching. I hope you're having a wonderful day or night, and if you aren't, I hope the rest of your day or night is better. Thank you, and good night, and I'll see you in the next one.